How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile. Let me move my microphone a little bit so it's in a better spot. Is this better? This might be better here, right here. This is my spot. This is my spot now. Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile Expedition League. Been a few days, maybe a week, I think, since we last released an episode. Nothing too new to report on the character. I rolled some boots very casually, and by casually I mean I spammed chaos on it. You know, like how Chris Wilson intended the game to be played, I guess. I spammed it and I hit 30% movement speed and 10% strength, which I thought was, wow, pog. It has some life too and tier 1 cold res. I swapped these for my old boots. So my old boots were these ones here, which were not very good. I was looking to get the next upgrade anyways. And it's looking like a decent upgrade, I think. My strength is now at 875. So yeah, so hopefully, you know, soon we'll be able to do a Cyrus fight. I have a Veritania prepared over here that we're gonna go ahead and do. And I think today we're just gonna farm. Or when I say farm, I mean we're gonna try and get to Cyrus. Very casually though. I don't think we're gonna get there today. But, you know, we're just gonna try and do as much as we can. Pick up some currency along the way. I would like to get some more currency if possible. I managed to pick up the what's it called? Suffixes cannot be changed craft. And the plan is to put that on the amulet, which we rolled the other day, or I guess 2 weeks ago, and suffixes cannot be changed, and I can try and do a tier 4 ash thing on it, or I could scour and start anew with a bunch of different, you know, prefixes and stuff. I'm not too sure what I want to do there. But yeah, that's the plan so far. So let's just get into this Veritania map. All right. The character itself, I think it's doing more damage now. We're gonna have to see when we fight Cyrus, I think, because I'm still not 100% sure where exactly we stand in that perspective. But definitely, I feel like it feels like a better build. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, things are dying a little bit faster, which it should naturally, but because we have more strength, we end up having like quite a bit more HP as well. We're sitting at 5,400, which is admittedly less than what we had when we fought Cyrus a while ago. And that's because I dropped a lot of the life nodes for damage nodes for mapping. Our defenses are still looking a little weird, I would say. Mostly due to the fact that, you know, we're sacrificing life for damage, right? So when in the times where we maybe get a little bit too ambitious and try to run further than our totems, you know, we get hit and naturally we get killed. So that's one thing that I do need to sort of watch out for. But other than that, you know, the build has been playing pretty well. Because I dropped my mana regen amulet, what I've been noticing is that I've been running into a little bit more mana issues. Kind of explains why, you know, a lot of players tend to play blood magic with this build instead. I didn't really think that far into it. I didn't, you know, a small brain, smooth brain. But now that I actually think about it, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. But then again, they have to spec into blood magic. Instead, I get to just run a mana flask and call it a day. Finally caught you live. Hey. Yeah, I haven't been streaming that much. I'm a little. It's been busy. It's been busy. I wasn't planning on streaming today either. There was supposed to be an electric. Where the hell is Einhar? Where did he go? He's here. Why aren't you capturing this dude? Like, hello? I was supposed to have an electrician come today. We're installing some lights and we need a consultation. But he's not showing up. So I'm like, dude, I can't wait for you all day. I'm just gonna go ahead and play some games. And I guess since I'm playing, I might as well stream a little bit. But a lot of the PoE over the weekend, or like the weekday when I play, a lot of times I'm upstairs, away from the computer. Which is why, you know, I'm rarely streaming. I'm not even at the computer. But I play, you know, like I stream it on TV or I play it on my phone or something. Which is why for you guys, for those of you who are whispering me and I'm not replying, it's not that I'm ignoring you, it's just that I'm on my phone playing and it's terribly hard to type. So even though I could I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring. I'm ignoring. I am ignoring, I suppose. But no, I say that a little, you know, tongue in cheek. But yeah, you know, sometimes I get messages. I'm like, man, I can't type on my phone. It's so hard. I've definitely been playing a lot more casually this league. You know, someone asked me a few days ago, it's like, how do you feel about this league? And I'm like, you know what? Overall, I've been enjoying the league, but not for the league. You know, the league itself is just okay to me. I think the different NPCs, they add a bunch of different things, and I like my favorite NPCs are definitely like, I think I like Rog the best. Everyone talks about how Tujin's so good, but I'm like, man, you're just like, you're standing in front of an NPC, you're literally just trading. You're like buying, haggling. You know, that part's not that much fun. I don't like that too much. I think Rog is the most fun because you just get to gamble. Hey, Turtle, how's it going, man? Happy Saturday, dude. But yeah, Rog is actually my favorite NPC. So like, you know, I think compared to like everyone else, my experience with this league is a little bit different because the stuff I like is different, which is natural. You know, that's fair. But I've been enjoying like the Rog stuff. I like Gwenin too, to be honest, and I actually like Tujin the least. I just do it sometimes when I really need currency. Oh, I need some water in my throat. What the hell? And the logbooks, to be fair, I can't really oh man, what's with my throat? I have nothing bad to say about the logbooks, but I don't really run them. I guess they're not that fun for me. But like, I still enjoy this league because I just enjoy the game. I think Path of Exile has a pretty good loop in terms of like farming to get to endgame bosses. If you're a kind of player that just like gets through all of that, no problem, easy peasy, then yeah, you know, the only thing you have to look forward to is the league. But if you just like the standard gameplay loop, you know, even if the league isn't the best, and to me, you know, like the league itself, it's all right. I wish there were like more. I wish there was more Rog. I think I like Rog the best because it's just like a bunch of like weird crafting, which I think is really fun. But like, you know, like Betrayal, for example, is super fun. You get to play around with the safe houses. You get all these different crafting methods. I like when they like introduce more crafting. I think that's my favorite part. But then there's still so much for me to do. Actually, one thing I really that's you know been keeping me going this league is the build itself. I think this build is really fun. It's like very straightforward in terms of like what do I need to progress, right? Like how do I build my character better? Well, I just need more strength. It's like, all right, how do I get more strength on my gear? Okay, you know, these are the different ways, and then I just slowly work towards those. So overall, I've been enjoying it. I'm good. Just woke up, slept a good 15 hours straight. God damn, Turtle, 15 hours of sleep? What were you doing? Just like, were you working a lot? What would possess you to sleep for 15 hours? Although, admittedly, you know, I did that too. Maybe not anymore. No, I'm lucky if I get 10 hours. I like my sleep. It's just, I wake up. I'm an old man. I just naturally end up waking up. Oh, no, that's a strong move. Oh. I shall free you. You know, my Veritania damage isn't amazing. It's not the crappiest. It's not terrible. It's not amazing. I'm starting to realize.
My mana is gone.
And this is where the mana issues really starts to show, huh? Let me try and get you into edge here. Yeah, she keeps like blowing up my totems, which really sucks actually. I don't get enough attack time. God damn it. Oh god, I'm frozen. What do we do? She didn't hit me?
Away with you!
I'm like completely frozen. My aquamarine flask just ran out. When do we start talking about food? Soon, boys, soon. Like, actually. I haven't gotten too much sleep this week. I've been getting only like 4 hours a day, if I'm lucky, but yesterday I ate and just knocked out. Alright, food. I was gonna naturally get into this conversation. Of course, every episode requires some talk about food, right? I've been into bento boxes recently. Like packed lunches. You know, this is the time where it's back to school time, right? Everyone's getting, whoa, why is this thing worth so much? Crit multi for spells and a pail with attacks. I don't understand. I think this is a fake thing. The pricing is messed up there. Yeah, I've been into bento boxes. I've been looking at a lot of websites about like, you know, what kind of lunches to pack. You know, my wife, she's a teacher and she's back to school, and one thing we're trying to be a little bit careful of is using the microwave, because you know, like everyone uses the microwave. With all the COVID stuff happening, we just want to be a little careful. So I'm like, man, I don't want her to eat like cold lunches. That would freaking suck too, right? So I've been thinking about like different ways to pack lunches, like, you know, cold lunches or sandwiches, or, and then I just got into like this rabbit hole with bento boxes. And for those of you who don't know bento boxes, it's basically just like a Japanese lunchbox. You know, you have different forms in all countries, but basically it's the lunch. It's lunch. It's how, you know, the Japanese people pack lunch. And I think it's super cool because it's always like really colorful. You got like some red, some yellow, some green. And you got like, you know, all my favorite foods like sausages and like sushi. You know, sushi is not something you can really pack. It doesn't work, especially if you leave it out in room temperature for too long. But you know, like fried rice or noodles. I'm like, dude, Japanese lunches are super dope. So I've been trying to replicate that. One thing we did try doing is we got like one of those thermoses. So I've been like thinking, we've been like packing hot soups. I cannot do this yet. With like, you know, like garlic bread on the side. It's actually been like really fun. That's sort of like, you know, the food event of the week. That's what I've been working on. And basically that's how I spend my time, you know, when this amulet is not good. Okay, let's just set that aside. Yeah, that's how I've been spending my time this week. You know, a lot of food related stuff. Admittedly, most of the time I'm the one that's cooking at home. And yeah, so this week, like, what do we have? What was some cool stuff that we had? Oh, we bought like 25 pounds of tomatoes. Did you get your second shot yet, Emnix? I know that made you wait like 6 months to get the second shot out there. Yeah, I got my second shot in pretty late. I got it July, I think. No. August? July. I got it in July. But then this Delta variant, you know, it's still, people are still getting, most of the unvaccinated people are getting the Delta variant, but you know, admittedly, it's still floating around, which kind of sucks, right? So we're still being careful, for the most part, I think. Yo, teach me how to make hot pot, dude. Hot pot is the easiest thing, and it's the best thing ever. Yo, hot pot is actually amazing. So hot pot, really, hot pot is just like it's just a soup base, and then you put stuff in there, right? The key is to have the right combination of like meats and vegetables, and really to put them in the right order. I think the hot pot base is very important too, but to me it doesn't matter too much. Once you put in enough meat, the whole thing just tastes like meat stew. So normally what I like to do is I just put in some like If I have some kind of soup base, I'll just use it. So like, you know, like Korean soybean paste, or even if you have some like chicken broth. If you have chicken broth, so you get like a big pot of fucking chicken broth, and then you get like you put it on a pot, you boil it, and then you just start putting food in, bro. The focus is on like meats, and the meats are like very, very thinly cut. So like hot pot meat are like very thinly sliced, and the idea is you can dip it into the water for maybe 10 seconds and it'll immediately start cooking. And you just take it out, you know, 15 seconds, 20 seconds later. You get a whole bunch of meat, and then you get yourself like a little sauce. Like the most basic sauce I can think of is just sesame oil and salt. I think some people like doing that. Mine, I like to make like a more complicated sauce because I just like more flavors. So what I like to do is I like to wait, hold on. What am I doing here? Lure Arthane. What's here? Blights? Do I have blight scarabs? Blight. Yeah, I do. Let's do one of these. So what I like to do in my hot pot from the sauce, I like to do sesame paste. You can do peanut butter, and then soy sauce, and then salt, sugar, and I like to add a little bit of garlic, and that's my dip. And then so you take your sliced meat out of the pot after it's been cooked, and you just dip it in a sauce, and then you just go ham. You keep putting in the meat, you dip some meat, you take it out, you dip some meat, you take it out, and over time all of that fat from the meat ends up going into your stew, and now you got like a very meaty like broth. And after that you put veggies. And the idea is the veggies, you want to use veggies that have like a lot of not greens. They're like very water. You want to use very watery veggies. So a good example I can think of is like Napa cabbage or something. Not the standard cabbage with like very thin leaves, but the like thick leaves. Like where you can see that like it holds all the water. And what'll happen is when you put the cabbage in, what I really like about it is that it freaking just absorbs all of the meat juice. So it's just like, it's this cabbage that tastes like a chunk of meat. Super dope. So you do like meat, veggie, and then after that you go back to meat. And then you can like put all kinds of other stuff in. Tofu would be a good example. Seafood, like shrimp works. I don't know if you like seafood. In terms of the cut of meat you want to use is typically like beef, like thin sliced beef. Lamb is very, very popular, I think. At least I like to use lamb. And then you can do stuff like fake crab meat, you know, imitation crab meat. That shit works. Spam. I used to put a lot of spam in my hot pot. It makes it like super salty and gives it like a weird pork taste. Sausages. All kinds of shit. You can put all kinds of shit. The idea is you make the soup broth. You make yourself a nice base sauce. And then you just start going ham. Whatever you want to put in, you put in. Mushrooms. I think mushrooms add a lot of flavor to the broth. You end up with like a kind of vegetable broth. And then at the end, when you have just a little bit of, you know, water left or like broth left, you you finish with like some kind of carb. Or at the end, like after you did your, you know, meat combination, you put in a carb like noodles or dumplings. And that absorbs all the flavor as well. You know, all of that juice, all that meat juice goes into your noodles.
I cannot do this.
Or what you can do is you could put rice. You put rice into the broth. And what that'll make is like a... It's like... I don't want to call it gruel. It's like congee. I don't know if you've ever had like that kind of stuff. It's like meat congee. You just mix it in and it turns into like, or like, it's like if you have just like very little broth, it becomes like meat fried rice, right? Like your rice just absorbs all the flavor. It's like a risotto. It absorbs all the flavor of your hot pot and it goes into your rice, and that's how you finish. Man, I miss hot pot. It's definitely like a winter thing though. You know, when it's freaking cold out, you just have a nice steamy hot pot. Oh hell yeah. I'm hungry now. I skipped breakfast. I just went straight into streaming. I didn't eat yet. Now I'm getting real hungry. I got distracted earlier. I was talking about tomatoes, wasn't I? We've been making a lot of bruschetta bread at home. That's another thing we've been doing this week. I bought like 25 pounds of tomatoes. It was super cheap. It was 25 pounds for like $8. It was a giant box. And I shared some of it. It was way too much tomatoes. And like, I'm not one to make tomato sauce or like pasta sauce or whatever. I feel like it takes too long. I'm too lazy for it. But we chopped it up and we made like a whole bunch of bruschetta bread, garlic bread, you know, with some tomatoes on it. Oh man, it's so good. Every meal is pasta and garlic bread. So yeah, a lot of different stuff. We've been eating a lot of different stuff this week. It's been good. I think like the top 2 cuisines that I've been playing around with the last couple weeks is like, we've been having a lot of pasta. And we've been trying different kind, like pesto. We've been trying you know, like bruschettas. Been trying different versions of tomato sauces. And then I think Indian cuisine, or at least like foods with a little bit of Indian spice in it, I've been a fan of. So we've done like, we did a shepherd's pie, but we put like curry powder in the shepherd's pie. So the potatoes were like all curried. Oh, it was so good. And then I got like a little smoker box for my barbecue. So we've been also like, which one do I want to do? Hold on, 119. Let's do this one. So we've been smoking all of our meats every time we barbecue. So like I could never get the flavor of tandoori chicken. And finally, with a little bit of a smoker box, we can add some smoke to it. And that's been super dope as well. I feel like that's how I get through my week these days, you know? Like the stuff I look forward to, it's like, man, I want to try some new recipes. And the thing is, we don't go out as often anymore. Before I went out a lot. We don't go out as often anymore, and as a result, like when I was like, you know, I want to try different cuisines, or I want to have Indian food, I want to have Thai food, I want to have whatever. For the most part, we just try to like make it ourselves. It's been fun, you know. Sometimes it's been an epic fail. It has happened. I made grape jam last weekend, and that was a fail. I did not. Oh my god, that's a freaking fail. I forgot to sift out the seeds in my grape jam. So all the jam has like these little fucking pits in it. And it's like a nightmare trying to spread it on a bagel or something. But it's like, they were good grapes, admittedly, you know. I think I talked about this last week. I had some... I picked a bunch of grapes from my brother-in-law's place. He was chopping off all the vines. Unfortunately, his puppy decided to just eat grapes, which is a terrible idea because apparently they're like... Well, basically, grapes can friggin' kill them. And like, my brother-in-law, he was so worried. He was like, yeah, my puppy, she vomited. What was it? It was crazy. She vomited like 7 times in an hour. I'm like, dude, okay, yeah, you can't have grapes around. And he was like, yeah, so you want some grapes? I'm like, yeah, sure. I want to make grape jam. So I've made jam before. In fact, grape jam was it was the wedding gift that I had prepared when we got married. You know how when you get married, you're supposed to have like a little wedding gift at the end for everybody? So yeah, that was sort of like, you know, oh shoot, that's a lot of damage. That was the gift. I made fucking 150 jars of jam, and I prepped them. It took me like 3 weeks. I clearly remember I swore I would never make jam again after that experience, and somehow I'm a glutton for punishment. And here I am making more jam. But no, the jam
mana
itself
is
was
gone.
tasty. It's just I forgot to sift out the pits, and now it's too late. It's all like gelatinous now. And if I were to sift out the pits, I'd probably end up sifting out a lot of the jam as well. So what I end up doing is like I spread jam on my bread, and I have to eat it like very gingerly. You know, I nibble at the bread, kind of like a little hamster, and nibble at it, and just check, are there any seeds? If so, spit it out.
I cannot do this yet.
And that's basically how I eat breakfast. You know what? It causes me to like actually eat slowly because I'm a fast eater. Which apparently is a problem. You know, if you eat too fast, you can't gauge whether you're full yet or not. I get it. So maybe this, oh my god. Who has done this to me? Why have you done this? That's right, my totems will get you. They will avenge me. Even after my death, they will avenge me. I mean, like I said at the beginning of this episode, survivability is a bit of a negative factor in this build. I won't lie. You know, if I get hit, if I get a little bit too ambitious, you know, overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Famous lines. This definitely is a build where you have to stay a little further back. Oh, this is a crappy fight. I hate this boss. Especially when I'm doing so little damage. Holy cow. She doesn't know I'm here. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. This is it. This is how you do it. You just throw traps at her. Let's go. Oh, wait. Don't go in. Don't go in for the loot just yet. There's fire. It won't stop. Hello? There we go. But, you know, this is my life now. This is what this league basically is for me. We have to play like a coward, unfortunately. That's just how it is. Kind of curious about these boots. Do I have an elk? I don't. What? I have an orb of binding. Rip. My level 84. It's not even 85. Never mind. Garbage.
My mana is gone.
Why would I want eye level 84 boots? I can't even roll 35% move speed. Who do you think I am? A peasant? I mean 30% move speed is still pretty good. You know, we don't need 35. It's, you know, fuck the 1%. Eat the rich. Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about this thing. Wow, they're actually absolutely destroying my totems, huh? No, it's not too bad. Something over there killed me. I don't know what it is. Extra physical damage? Maybe that. How much armor do I have? 4,500? It's not the worst. It's not much. Admittedly, it's not much. Apparently, this league armor is really good. So I hear. I don't know why. What changed this league that made armor super good? I don't get it. Something changed this league. Everyone on Reddit is raving about, oh my god, armor. Hog armor. And I'm like, I don't actually know why. I thought armor was garbage. Oh shoot, there was a lot of stuff there. I do not enjoy getting chilled, actually. That's one thing I would like to fix. If I could get the Ashling craft where it's like 30% movement speed and cannot be chilled, I would be very happy, I think.
I cannot carry this.
Let's drop that. We don't need it. I think this is it. 40 monsters remaining. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Okay, so this. Good. We're gonna stay a little bit further back from these metamorphs. They seem rippy. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I get it. You do a lot of damage. Very funny. You still got that 6-link? I do.
I cannot do this yet.
But for how much longer? I wonder. It's possible that I'm gonna lose it very soon. Kind of expecting it. I'm just preparing myself for the inevitable. It's gonna come one day. Probably sooner than later. I'm just hoping that when I do vol this thing, it's like... it won't delete my item. There's a chance it just goes. But you know what? Fair is fair. If you guys choose to vol it, you know? Not much I can say about it. The big joke is it never happens, but you're always gonna have the stress of it going away this whole league. I am actually stressed about it. It actually stresses the fuck out of me. I'm like, man, I need to save some currency, I think. I need to save some currency just in case, you know? Last time I threw 4,000 fusings. I don't have another 4,000. But then if I went back to 5-link, you know, like... it's just like going back to where we started. It's not the worst. It's a major setback, sure. You know what would I have to do, though? If that happened, and I need to get a 6-link back, I think I would actually, like... have to focus more on farming. Because right now I play like very casually. I don't think about like profit at all when I play. I just, you know, just go through the maps casually. I don't think about it too much, and I don't run maps very fast. The people who make the most currency are the people who can like speed, like just like go through maps in, I don't know, like 5 minutes a map or something, right? Like the faster you can do the maps, the better. I take like a good 20 minutes per map. And as a result, you naturally don't end up farming much. Good morning. 5 minutes a map? Is 5 minutes a map slow? I actually don't know. Look, if 5 minutes a map is slow, I think there needs to be more nerfs in this game. I do believe that.
I cannot do this yet.
Oh, I literally forgot about this guy. I was willing to sell it for 5, but... okay. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, my Cassia! Oh, God. Soul Gorget. Oh, hurry, bro, hurry. Hurry, my Cassia. Oh, I forgot. Hurry. I think it's over. I think my play's over. Where's my 10 chaos? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
God.
The blight is trying to
Oh,
spread.
it's still alive. Hog. Wait, do blights just not move? When I'm outside of the map, I thought it still continues. Maybe these minions actually stopped them,
Do not let them reach the
which is
purification
quite
hub.
surprising. Nothing moves when you're out of the map? Really? Oh. Wait. Who the heck? Ow. Ow. It just feels like it when you load it. Thing move while you're still loading. Ah. Okay, this entire time I was worried, like if I leave a map, you know, the blight just ends.
Oh,
Okay. Man, I'm getting dono walled by my electrician. What the fuck? I messaged him, or I called him earlier this week. And I was like, hey man, I need like some work done in the house. How much will it be? And he's like, well, I would have to check out the house. I'm like, okay. He's like, and I'm like, is Saturday good for you? He's like, yeah, Saturday is fine. Just text me the address. Sounds good. Hang up. Send him a text. Here's my address, bro. And then no reply. But we had agreed on Saturday, so I thought maybe like I just sent him the address and he's like, all right, we're good to go. So I texted him again this morning. Hey, you still coming? If so, what time? Like, I'm not just gonna wait all day for you to come here. Like, I got my own plans. That's not what I said. I said, hey, are you still coming today? I'm still around. What time are you gonna be coming? Dono walled. No text back. Where the fuck is this guy? He does not want my money. I'm ready to dish out money. I'm ready to pay. We're installing some pot lights in the house. Pot lights are expensive, man. Like installing lights, they're like $100 per light. We're doing like 10 lights. It's gonna be $1,000. Hey, Emnix, isn't Gauntlet up? I don't know. I want to see you play Gauntlet at some point. Is that just the league where like everything's super hard? And it's like hardcore? Is it hardcore? Damn, there's a shitload for lights. Yeah, it's expensive, man. I mean, I play it, but the problem is I wouldn't stick with it. Like, I wouldn't even get into maps. It's the problem, right? Like, given how much I play. Like, how long does it run for? How long does Gauntlet run for? Woo! Woo! I mean, the standard game's already rippy enough for me. Let's be real. Ow. It runs for a week. I wouldn't even get out of Act 3. I'll play like 5 hours. That's the problem. I'm paying for a Minecraft server, but I don't know how to cancel it? What? How's that possible? That's generous. I think you'll barely make it out of New Act 1. Is it that bad? Alright. Alright. Look, I kind of do believe you that I won't make it out. But you're making it sound very rippy. I've never played, maybe I've played, I don't know. I don't know if I have. So let's give it a try.
I cannot do this.
Last Gauntlet was the easier Act 1. I ripped to Brutus. Okay. Might as well give it a try, right? I mean, is that the thing that's happening right now? Is that the event of the week? Okay. Let's cut this episode right here. We ended up killing Veritania, and I guess we're gonna work through our Lure Thane maps to eventually unlock Drox. But that's at the end of this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, if you did, you could leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.